Hello everybody, it's Paul with another video here at Fruitful Trees, and I'm going to take you to a clip. I visited Alex at Tropical Acres yet again, and we discussed avocados. Now, there's many different types of fruits that people love. There's many different types of fruits that I love. But one of the fruits at the top of the list that I think everyone should have in their garden or their yard is an avocado tree, because that's something we eat on a regular basis. So me being a healthy vegan raw foodist, I eat avocados often. And the problem is, if you just have one avocado tree, which is great by itself, there's different seasons. So if you strategically plant your food and you have enough space in your yard and you plant several avocado trees, you can have avocado trees pretty much the whole year. Maybe 1 or 2 months, maybe not, but for at least 10 months out of the year, you could have avocado trees. So Alex is going to talk about some of the avocado trees that he has find to be the most productive here, especially in South Florida. On his website, they have, I'll put the link below the video, they have, it says We Grow, and there's a click on avocados, and it has a great description of all the different types of avocados they grow, and you can get most of them from him. Now, I'm going to show you quickly, before I get to that clip, some of the avocados I had and why I chose them. So this avocado tree here I got my list here, because I have a total of 9 avocado trees. Yes, 9. The only other fruit I have more than avocados is mangoes. And I love the different varieties of avocados. So this one is a Oro Negro, and it's one of the most best tasting avocados you can get here in South Florida. Now, there are different types of avocados that grow in different climates. California has different avocados that thrive there. And here in South Florida, there's different type of avocados that thrive here. And then you have some from Mexico that'll do better there. Usually Mexico and California are a similar climate. And you get the famous Hass avocado that comes from there. Now, you can grow a Hass avocado here in South Florida, but it's not going to be as productive as some other ones that grow here. My personal favorite avocado that I've ever tasted was a Reed avocado. And even though you can grow it here, I don't grow it because it doesn't do as well here as it does in California. But this one does well here, and as you can see here, there's fruit all over this tree, and that's one of my trees. That's one of my first trees, actually, I put here in the property. Another question I had was where I was going to put it. I put this one in the front yard. Not necessarily the best idea in the Spanish neighborhood, because people know what this is, but I'm happy to share with you, but I don't want them to take it. But I didn't have much space, so I had to put that there. And I just put another one in my front yard because of the space situation. This is a newer one that I got. This is a day avocado. And I was just trying to get some for different seasons. So that's a day avocado that I have there. And in this clip with Alex, you'll see him start talking about some varieties that are really not as well known. Now, there's 2 kind of avocados that I do not have yet that I would like to get. One is a Simmons avocado, which is probably the most common one here in Florida, and it does really nice, but we don't have that one yet. This one here is a Triquet, which is a delicious tasting big avocado. So this is nice. There's not fruit on here yet, but this one is ready to pop because I had this one as long as I had my other one, and we will get stuff on there. So coming in here now, let me show you some. Well, before I get to the things I have in the pot, because some of my avocados are in pots because I haven't found a space for them yet. Let me talk about a couple more avocados that I have here. And I think people should put this crop in their yard. So this one here is this avocado tree here is a Brogdon. And Brogdon, you see we have already some avocados on there. So that's growing great. I've tasted that. Delicious flavor. And it looks good. Now, I more recently started to do research on different avocados and the seasons. I took people's word for it in the past. But now that I've tasted some and I see how the season is, I kind of have a better idea of them. So this one here is one of the newest ones that I put in the ground. And this is a Catalina. I have a friend that knows a lot about fruit trees, and he said that this is his favorite one. I don't know if I tasted this one yet. I tasted a lot of different avocados, but he said it's great and it produces wonderful, and it's a different season than the other avocados. So that's another one I have here. Now, I really wanted to get a Hass avocado because I like the California avocados, but they don't do as well here in South Florida. But there's something here in South Florida called Super Hass. Originally, the name was Ooh La La, but then they changed it to Super Hass. And I tasted one of these avocados, and it actually tastes like a Hass avocado, maybe even better, and it produces really well here in Florida. So I ended up getting the tree. I had a few fruits last year. The tree grew really tall. It was a taller, skinnier tree than my other avocados. And I cut it because it was so tall because I don't want my trees too big. But it's looking good. And again, the season's different between the avocado trees that I have here. I am experimenting too. I put some grafts on avocado trees. That's maybe for another interview, another time. But I have a friend that has over 15 different avocados on one tree. Just sometimes you could have fun with this. But these are grafts on an avocado. I said earlier, Monroe was one of the ones that I wanted that I don't have. So I put some grafts on here, and just to experiment to see how it would do, because I haven't grafted avocado before, just to see. So I got that there, because when you don't have space, you got to think about this stuff strategically. So this video, I was planning on just showing the clip with Alex at Tropical Acres, but I want to show you two avocados that I got from him. This one's called Dupuis avocado, and this one is it's an early, they call it an early season avocado, and most of the ones I had were later season, so I want some early season ones. And this one is supposed to be a good bearer considering the summer ones. Now, there is an avocado called a Donny avocado that's supposed to be the earliest or the summer avocado, the true summer avocado here in South Florida, but I hear that it doesn't taste really well, so I was discouraged from getting that one. But I do have this avocado here, which I'm really excited. There's a guy named Julian Laura, and he has Laura Farms Julian, and he has Laura Farms down in South Florida. I'm going to visit him real soon. But this one is a Ronnie avocado, not a Donny. And he said he was waiting for this avocado for years. And then finally, one of his neighbors let him take some of it to graft. He got some budwood, he grafted it, and that was years ago, and now it's in production. So it's not when I tasted. This is my next one to go in the ground. So that's supposed to be a nice early avocado. So again, my goal is to have avocados all throughout the year. For me, avocados and lemons are the two things I probably eat on a regular basis. Like mangoes are great and fun, but they're only in season in the summer for the most part. And a lot of other fruits have their seasons, but avocados you can stretch out a pretty long time. Now here's another one I got from Alex at Tropical Acres. This one's called a Tyler avocado. And he was raving about it, as you'll see in this clip that I'm going to post here for this interview. He was just raving about this Tyler avocado. So he said it produces great for him every year. So I had to get it. And they produce fairly quickly as well once you get them in the ground. So I'm going to get those in the ground. I just got to find a spot for them. And then I have a few more avocados that I'm going to show you. But what happened was I had another property and I put avocados there a long time ago, and they were amazing. They had so many fruits on them, and they did really well. But I moved, and I wanted to take the trees with me, and I did. I actually root pruned them. I took them up, and I moved them over here. I moved several of the trees that I had there over here, and I'm going to show you them now. So my success rate on moving trees so far has been pretty good, because I've had like actually, there's only one tree that I had that didn't make it. Unfortunately, it's an avocado, but I'm not giving up yet, because I've had a tree that didn't last for a while, but then it came through. So this one here is a Lula avocado. This one did make it. I moved this one. It was really tall. I cut it. I moved it. I root pruned it, and it's growing really well. And I'm so excited about this, because this is a big, expensive tree that tastes great. But I did get it here. Now, this one here is an avocado tree. I forgot the name, believe it or not, but it might not matter, because this one's has been in the ground as long as that one, and I moved this one about a month before I moved that one. and I still don't see anything growing. It's been about maybe 3 or 4 months now. So I'm hopeful. It still looks like it might be alive. I'm hopeful. Worst case scenario, I got a good spot here for another avocado, but I'm not sure about that one. And then the last avocado I want to show you today before I show you the clip here with Alex is another ooh la la. Yes, before I did my research about all the avocados and considered the space I had, I wanted to get another ooh la la on the ground because I found a good deal, and I did. And it's very interesting. This one is in the ground and it is fruiting. So I'm experimenting because this one is fruiting and that one's not fruiting. So I don't know why that is. Maybe I cut that one back last year. Maybe that's the issue. Or maybe this was mislabeled. But we're going to find out. And it's a little experiment there that I'm doing. But yes, certainly avocado is something that everyone loves pretty much. I know people say, oh, they don't like avocados, but then they love guacamole or something like that. But here's Alex. He has a lot more years of experience with growing avocados than I do. And he has a wonderful farm. I'll put his contact information below about mangoes and avocados and everything else he grows there. But here's his information about avocados right now. Okay, so here we are with his avocados. They also have avocados here. So tell us about the avocados, why you chose to have these particular varieties on your property, and your opinion about the avocados.
Okay, so we've collected around like 45 different kinds of avocados over the years. And so many of these are Florida varieties that were developed at some point somewhere in Florida. Some of them from South Florida, Miami-Dade County, some of them from the western part of the state, and a few from Central Florida actually. But we've also got avocados that the varieties originally came from Texas, California, a few from other countries like Cuba, and some other places too, that were later introduced to Florida. And so some of those do okay here, some of them don't like our climate very much or our soil. We've evaluated all of them over the years at this point, and there's a few that we like a lot for different parts of the year because of how they taste and how they've performed for us. But some of them have no commercial application here just because they don't bear enough fruit or they don't bear consistently enough or whatever. Actually this tree right here is an Oro Negro avocado. This tree flowered very well and it's set all of its fruit at this point. You can see the little avocados, but also there's still some flowers coming out of this tree too. So a lot of our trees are still flowering at this point, or we're waiting for them to flower in certain cases. This tree is an outrageously good avocado, really high oil, nice size fruit. It's from Miami, I believe, and pretty avocado, but it flowers every year and we never seem to get a lot of fruit from it. So I've been a little disappointed in this tree, even though I count it as one of my favorite avocados personally, and it is from Florida. So not all Florida avocados are watery as the perception is. This is certainly not a watery fruit, but and it's a healthy tree, but it's disappointed us a little. Hopefully it'll hold on to more of these avocados this year.
What year was this planted?
2014.
Okay,
It's a one-gallon plant.
Wow, 1 gallon. Wow,
yeah.
I have one of these, and it's like this size. It's really nice.
Is it fruit well for you?
It's newer than yours, so it hasn't fruited yet, but it's looking good this year.
Well, I mean, 1 gallon in 2014. As you can see, it's grown quite a bit since then, and you know, it's fruited for a number of years. I don't know, 4 years or something like that. So I just wish we got more fruit from it, I suppose. So anyway, this avocado here is a Dupuy avocado, and this is one of those varieties that's no longer really produced much in the nursery trade, but it's a really good early season avocado. It's a Florida West Indian type, I should say, a pure West Indian avocado, but really good flavor, even though the oil content's not real high, and it's a nice sized fruit. They no longer grow this old avocado commercially because it doesn't bear enough avocados for commercial producers, but I feel like they bear probably enough for most backyard growers. Dupuy avocado definitely should be more common, and it shares the same name with the Dupuy mango because it came from the same family, kind of a Miami pioneer family. John and Susan Dupuy, I think, is who this was named after. So really good avocado that not a lot of people know about. So.
Now, avocado trees can grow big. Does the size you keep them determine the
we
fruit,
them.
or?
Yeah, I mean, some of them are more aggressive than others. Obviously, that Oro Negro is kind of a vigorous tree. Some of the Mexican types, though, grow really slowly here in Florida, and there's even a few Florida types, like the Day avocado isn't too aggressive, and that's a productive tree. So we get, decent production from some of them, and others they struggle a little bit in our soil because they get micronutrient deficiencies and things like that. So avocados, they're never going to be like our emphasis here because we're mainly a mango farm, but we, like I said, 45 different varieties. We do graft avocados here too, so you can buy avocado trees from us. You can buy avocado scionwood through us as well. So
what's the season on this? You said it's early.
This is like a July, August fruit. It's an early season summer avocado for sure. Definitely a summer fruit. This fruit that's on the tree right now is going to develop very quickly. Right now we're still in March, but in a few months this fruit's going to be sized up pretty well.
Now there are people around the world that have high intensity mango farms. What about avocado? Have you ever seen anyone doing that?
I mean, some of them are grown pretty tightly in like places like California where it's dry and trees grow slower. So I think it can be done. I don't know to what degree the avocado growers use plant growth regulators and things like that. Our spacing on these avocados would be considered probably high density, but not ultra high density because we didn't plant between them. So, but they've grown slow enough that we might have been able to do that. So,
how far are they? Your spacing?
These are 16 feet between the trees and 20 feet between the rows. So,
okay.
So I guess I'll show you. Some of the, or I don't know.
You want to talk about the Pollock?
Oh, the Pollock, right. Okay, so this tree is a Pollock avocado. Pollock is an old variety from Florida. It was selected in the Miami area over 100 years ago. And it used to be kind of a standard commercial variety in Florida until the commercial growers realized there was much more productive avocados. But the nice thing about Pollock is its flavor has stood up to time. It is a very good flavored West Indian avocado. Not a high oil content fruit, kind of like the Dupuis, but really good quality, just not a very strong bearer. Now ours is done okay because it makes very large avocados, and it is a summer fruit, comes in like July. So I wouldn't plant another one of these just because it doesn't produce well enough, but in terms of flavor, amongst West Indian type avocados, it's very good. If you want a West Indian type that tastes really good, Pollock is one of the best.
Would you say the Dupuis and the Pollock are the earliest ones that
among the ones that taste good? Yeah, Donnie's come a little earlier, I suppose, but they don't taste as good in my opinion. That's kind of a watery avocado to me. There's others that come around the same time period, like Russell, I'm not a huge fan of.
Simmons, what about that?
Simmons is a very good avocado. We haven't had good luck growing it, but it's a very good early season avocado, but it does come a little later than the Pollock. So.
Now, I heard of an avocado that I got in California. It's my favorite one. I don't see anyone growing it out here. It's a Reed avocado.
Reed is an excellent avocado. I've had the fruit before. There are people that have grown it in Florida, and with varying degrees of success. Some people get good results with Reed. Some people, it just doesn't ripen properly, doesn't grow right. So you could try it. I'm a little bit hesitant to try it since we're not really planting more avocado trees here. So, but definitely a really good avocado. I haven't had a Florida grown one though. I've only tried one from California.
Cool. And what about the Super Haas?
Right. Okay, I'll show you the Super Haas. I think the real original name was Ooh La La.
Yeah.
But it got rebranded by somebody else as Super Haas, and that name seems to have caught on. So we usually, call it Super Haas. This tree has been a so-so performer for us. It fruits. I mean, I can show you some of the fruit on it. But gotta have to focus in a little bit to see them. But the issue we've had with this avocado is that the fruit don't ripen very evenly a lot of the time. I've had evenly ripened ones on this tree that have been phenomenal, but I've had plenty that half the fruit was no good. And that's frustrating, especially if you're trying to sell the fruit. If you're eating them at home, at least you'll recover some fruit from an uneven ripened one, but you can't sell a fruit like this. So, you know, we're producing the tree of it just because it does produce full-size avocados compared to the regular Haas, but I'm not going to plant another one of these. So.
What's the season of it?
In November, sometimes even into December. But now this tree behind you is a high oil content avocado that's quite good. This is called Taylor, and this fruits well for us every single year, and it actually sets really well too. We've had really good results from this one the last few years. It's a Florida avocado, but it's a Guatemalan type, which a lot of the California varieties are Guatemalan types as well. So the oil's high enough on this that you can make guacamole with it, and it's still going to hold up well. And it's been popular with our customers. So I like this one a lot, and we do graft the Taylor avocado here. So
what's the season of this fruiting?
I would say November, December. In Florida, it's a November, December avocado, and it's a kind of a small to medium-sized, piriform shaped fruit, and it makes a lot of avocados. We've had good success with it.
Now, are you not a fan of grafting two varieties on one of the avocado?
No, I'm not. I mean, there's people who do that as well, but most growers will just stick to one variety on the stump, so because it's going to be the same thing. One's going to probably outgrow the other. So.
Sure.
But you can do it if you have limited space. Try it. If you can't plant a lot of trees, then that's your best option. So I won't put anyone down for trying to fit as many varieties as they can into a small area. So it's just I don't have to do that, so I don't do that. So.
Okay, everybody, there it was. That was Alex at Tropical Acres talking about his different avocado trees, and I was one of them to grab the Tyler while I was there because I know after this video, other people are going to want it. If you are in South Florida, I definitely recommend getting that one, even though I have not tasted that one. As you saw from the review here with Alex, he says that's been one of his most productive avocado trees. So definitely get that one. And as for all the other ones out there, you got to consider how much room you have and a few other things, but avocado should definitely be something that you have in your yard. All right. If you have any comments or questions, post them below the video. And also, everybody, please, if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also give this video a thumbs up. When these are in season, I will let you know. But until then, keep growing.
I've got a few at my house too, actually, small ones. We have a couple top ones also, and I think this is going to be certainly a perfectly fine